Okay, so for today's topic, we will discuss about badminton, all about badminton. So, yung learning material po is posted na on your G class, LM2 and LM1 about badminton. So, since our course description is about individual and dual sports, nauna na natin na-discuss ang athletics, which is pwede nating maklasify as individual sports. But here in our midterm topics, we will discuss more on dual sports po, which is badminton. One example is badminton. So, what about badminton? So today we will discuss about the brief history of badminton, facilities and equipment, terminologies, rules, and regulations. So let's have first the history of badminton. So badminton, a court game that can be played either singles or doubles by men, women, or mixed pairs, either indoors or on outdoor courts as a fun game or at a highly competitive level. So, here sa badminton po, the main objective of the game is to hit the shuttlecock across the net. And also, sa badminton po, pwedeng all men, all women, but pwede ding mix po, which is pwedeng may kasama lalaki and babae. Ayan, mix po yan. Pwede din siyang indoor, pwedeng outdoor, but most of the time, it is played indoor kasi ang kalaban natin dyan is yung hangin. So, dapat hindi palidin ng hangin ang shuttlecock para hindi magkaroon ng ng delay sa game. And madalas, nilalaro din ang badminton without playing court, which is for fun game lang, pasapasahan lang kayo dyan ng shuttlecock. So, next is we have badminton originated from the ancient civilizations of Europe and England, Asia. Badminton is an ancient game known as battledore or comes from the word bat or paddle, and shuttlecock probably originated more than 2,000 years ago. Okay, so sa badminton po, nag-originate sa bansang Europe and England, Asia, particularly England. So, doon, ang badminton ay tinawag na battledore. Galing sa salitang bat or paddle kasi noon, hindi pa naman sila gumagamit ng raketa. Ano yung ginagamit nila? So, kung familiar po kayo sa pansagwan sa bangka, ganun po yung paddle na ginagamit nila. So, made of wood pa siya, parang sandok, na yun yung gamit nilang raketa. So, shuttlecock naman, gawa nila sa feathers pa rin, pero originated talaga siya 2,000 years ago sa Sham, China, na ngayon ay country ng Thailand na. Okay, so next is we have contemporary badminton. So when we say contemporary, it's about being modern. So modern badminton na, kumbaga nagkaroon na ng transition or nag-upgrade na ang larong badminton. So, in the 1800s in India, a contemporary form of badminton, a game called Puna, was played where a new was introduced and players hit the shuttlecock across the net. British officers in the mid-1800s took this game back to England and was introduced as a game for the guest of the Duke of Beaufort at his stately home badminton in Gloucestershire, England, where it became popular. So, dito sa contemporary badminton or modern badminton, isa pang bansa na kung saan sumikat ang larong badminton ay sa India. But sa India, ang term nila for badminton game is Puna. And then, when the time na, kumbaga, binalik ang larong badminton sa England, ginawa na siyang ang term sa kanya ay badminton na. Ayan. So, ang nagbigay sa kanya nung term na badminton is yung Duke of Beaufort. Particularly, wala talaga siyang inventor. Unlike ng ibang games or sports po, meron talaga. Okay? So, next is we have the organization in badminton, which is the IBF. So, IBF established in 1934. So, take note for that. So, during 1934, the International Badminton Federation or IBF was formed, with the initial members including England, Wales, Ireland, Scotland, Denmark, Holland, Canada, New Zealand, and France. India joined as an affiliate in 1936. Naging affiliate siya since ang India or country ng India po is nasama sa history of badminton, which is bago or after magkaroon ng Battledore, nagkaroon ng Pune, and after Pune, yun na yung naging modern term natin, which is badminton game. Okay? So, sa Olympics naman po, Olympic Games sports during 1992. So, in this year, napasama ang larong badminton into Olympic Games. So, badminton was a demonstration sport in Munich in 1972. Then, in 1992, badminton became an Olympic sport in Barcelona, Spain. Sa Barcelona, Spain kasi, I think, first or second Olympic games na nangyari. Ayan, with the introductions of singles and doubles discipline. In Atlanta, in 1996, badminton was included as the only mixed doubles event in all of the Olympic sports. Indeed, badminton is a relatively new Olympic Games sport. So, by that time na nasama ang badminton sa Olympic Games, that's the time also na kung saan mas naging popular pa sa iba't ibang countries ang larong badminton. Syempre nga naman napanood nila sa Olympic Games. Kumbaga na-catch din yung attention nila. Ayan. So next is, let's have the facilities and equipment. So facilities and equipments are very important in sports or in a game. Kasi kung wala niyan, wala naman tayong gagamitin. So, as you can see in the picture, we have here racket, shuttlecock, grip, net, post, shoes. Ayan. So, iisa-isahin natin yan. First, let's have yung pinaka-importante, which is the racket. So, quite light and can be made of wood, aluminum, metal, or synthetic materials. Alam ko, aware na kayo sa kung ano mang itsura ng raketa natin ngayon, di ba? Weighs roughly 98 to 100 grams and is 68 centimeters in length. So, most of the time, kapag highly competitive level ng badminton game, talagang mahigpit sila sa paggamit ng mga raketa. Talagang dapat, kumbaga, yung timbang, yung size, appropriate siya doon sa sinusunod or sa na-establish ng IBF. Ayan. So, ayan yung sections or different sections ng raketa. Sa raketa, alam ninyo ang raketa, but alam ko rin na most of you hindi familiar dito sa sections of the racket. So, we have here the head, throat, shaft, handle, string area, and the frame. Overall niya, frame. Okay, unahin natin yung string area. So, string area intended to hit the shuttlecock. So, sa string area, dyan tumatama or dyan talaga dapat tumama yung shuttlecock. Head, bounds of the string area. So, yung head, ang purpose niya naman, dyan kumakapit yung mga string ng ating raketa. So, throat connects the shaft to the head kasi hindi siya pwedeng idiretso lang dun sa pinaka head ng ating raketa. Dapat may throat siya, yung maliit na bakal. Ayan, para siyang damit ang itsura. Next is we have shaft. Connect the handle to the head. So, kita nyo naman sa picture po yung shaft. Ayan. So, sometimes or most of the time, yan ay gawa sa metal or aluminum. Ayan. Handle, intended for the player's grip. So, syempre, yan yung hahawakan ng players natin. Next is the shuttlecock. So, dalawang klase ang nakikita ninyo dyan sa picture. We have the feather and the synthetic. So, official name given to the shuttle or bird. Pwede din siyang tawaging shuttle, shuttlecock, or bird. Made up of 16 feathers and is firmly fixed in a leather covered cork head. Yung cork head niya, yung kulay puting nasa dulo. Okay, yung pinapasakan ng feathers po. Siya nga pala, sa feathers, it is made of 16 goose feathers. 16 goose feathers. Gansa. Ayan. Weighs from 4.74 to 5.50 grams or 75 to 85 grains. So, yan yung timbang or bigat lang dapat dong shuttlecock. Can be made of feather, plastic, or nylon. So, ayun yung sinasabi ko kanina. The two types of shuttlecock. Next is the badminton court. Siyempre, kung walang badminton court, lalong-lalo sa highly competitive level, hindi naman yun pwede. So, dapat may badminton court tayo. So, ayan, medyo magulo yung nakikita nyo dyan sa picture. So, sa badminton court, tandaan nyo lang, we have singles and doubles event, diba, sa badminton. So, kapag single, mas narrow. Ibig sabihin, mas makipot ang size ng court. Kaya, ang sukat lang po kapag singles ay 44 feet by 17 feet. Pero kapag doubles, wider, ayan, mas malawak kasi lahat ng nakikita nyong white na guhit dyan, yan ang sakop ng sa doubles event po. So, since wider siya, mas malapad, 44 feet by 20 feet naman po ang sukat niya. Okay po? So, dito, meron tayong mga importanteng sulok or lines na kailangang maintindihan. So, first is we have the back court or also called as the rear court. So, yung back court po na tinatawag natin ay itong, lagyan natin ng pen. Ito po yung back court. Yan ang back court. Yung pinaka-last line na nakikita nyo na may white. Okay? So, next natin is we have the baseline or called as the sideline. So, syempre, ayan yung sideline. Yan. Ayan, yan yung sideline natin or baseline na tinatawag. So, long service line in singles. So, yung long service line natin is ito. Itong sakop niya na to. Ito, long service. Ayan. So, next is we have service court. Ito naman yung service court. Yan ang mga service court. Left and right. So, short service line. Ito yung short service line natin. Okay? So, ayan. X lang natin. So, ayan yung sa badminton court. Yan lang naman yung mga importante. As well as yung mga sukat niya, ha. So, tandaan. So, ayan yung mga sinabi ko kanina. We have the backcourt, baseline, long service line, service court, short service line. Ayan. So, ayan. We have here a post or yung poste. So, must stand in 1.55 meters or 5 feet and 1 inches in height from the surface of the court. Must be placed on the double sideline. So, yung baseline natin kaninang nakita, hanggang dun dapat or nasa labas dun yung poste natin. There should be no gap between the post and the net through which the shuttle could pass. So, kita nyo naman, di ba, walang butas yung net at post natin. So, dapat ganun daw po. So, next natin, net. Ayan. Should be strained tightly so that its height from the floor is 1.5 or 5 feet in the center and 1.55 or 5 feet and 1 inches at the post. A measuring rod of 1.5 meters or 5 feet long should be kept by the umpire. So, lahat yan may mga sukat talaga or proper na pagkakasukat kasi lalo na sa mga competition talagang mahigpit sila. Ayan. Talagang sinusukat pa nila yan kung tama talaga yung sukat. Next. we have the terminologies, rules, and regulations of badminton. But before that, let's have the advantages of playing badminton. So once you engage yourself in badminton game, dapat daw po meron ka ng mga ito. So kung wala, na-form naman siya or nabibuild naman siya. Basta nandun lang yung eagerness mong matuto. 'Di ba? Ganun naman sa sports. Kumbaga, dapat sa sports or kapag mag-engage sa isang sports, dapat alam mo na kumbaga meron kang advantages. Mas madami yung advantages mo kaysa sa disadvantages. So sa badminton, number 1, strength, stamina, and speed. Kasi hindi biro dito yung pabalik-balik ka ng long service court and short service court. Ayan, hanggang sa backcourt. Yan, diyan ka, magbabalik-balik ka dyan. So, syempre, it requires strength or cardiovascular endurance kasi dapat malakas yung puso natin. 'Di ba? As well as speed, dapat mabilis dito kasi dapat alert ka sa lahat ng mga mangyayari sa loob ng court. Defense and attack. So, sa defense and attack, lalong-lalo na kapag natutunan ninyo yung kinds of strokes and shots, dapat alam mo kung ano yung mga tira na pang-depensa at mga tira na pang-atake. Ayan, kasi dyan ka mga makakapuntos at pwede kang manalo against your opponent. Planning and imagination. So, nasa taas pa lang yung shuttlecock, dapat may plano ka na kung saan mo ilalagay na mahihirapan yung opponent mo. And also, nag-i-imagine ka na ng mga pwedeng maging daan para mahirapan yung opponent mo na manalo. Like, say for example, mamasdan mo siya. Imagine mo kung ano yung mga kilos niya para kumbaga mapag-aralan mo na. And maging edge mo yun. Ayan. Next is footwork and fitness. So, since kailangan or nagre-require ng speed, kailangan din natin ng footwork. Kasi ang footwork, pampabilis ng mga paa natin para tayo ay kumilos. Fitness, kasi nagre-require baga po ng strength and stamina. So, dapat we are fit enough para makapag build ng strength and stamina. Grace and gentleness. So, sa badminton, hindi pwedeng kung saan-saan ka nagpupunta. And yung galaw mo, hindi dapat parang pang combative sports. Dahil sa badminton, hindi naman nagbubugbugan or nagkakasakitan physically. But you have to move gracefully kasi dapat nakaka-move ka ng maayos sa loob ng court. Napupuntahan mo yung dapat na posisyon. Ayan. Kung saan babagsak yung shuttlecock. Next is sportsmanship. So, sa lahat naman ng laro, 'di ba, talagang requirement ang pagiging or pagkakaroon ng sportsmanship. So, matalo manalo, dapat tanggap natin. Ayan. So, next is, ayan na yung terminology. So, kapag naglaro kayo ng badminton, mga maririnig nyo tong mga term na to. So, we have alley or an extension of the width of the court on both sides to be used in doubles play. So, tulad ng sabi ko kanina, kapag doubles event na po sa badminton, nagkakaroon ng pagdagdag sa width or nagiging wider ang sukat ng badminton court. Ang tawag po doon ay alley. Okay? So, kaya baga ang sukat pag singles, 44 by 17 feet. Pero kapag doubles naman, 44 by 20 feet. So, next is backhand. Any stroke made on the side of the body opposite the racket side. So, backhand po is kind of grip sa badminton, yung paghawak natin sa handle. Baseline, back boundary line. So, kanina pinakita ko, diba? Yung pinaka last na puting linya nakikita ninyo sa badminton court, baseline yun. Bird, the object that flies over the net, officially known as shuttlecock. Napakasimple. Okay, block, placing the racket in front of the bird and letting it rebound into the opponent's court. So, ang block madalas nangyayari kapag yung opponent mo ay nag-smash pero natamaan or nakaabang ka dun sa net. Then, nag-bounce siya dun sa racket mo. So, block yun. Parang sa volleyball, nagbablock ka, wala pa yung bola. Ibig sabihin, hinaharangan mo yung bola. Pero sa badminton, hinaharangan mo yung shuttlecock para hindi pumunta na dun sa court mo. Next is carry. Momentarily holding the bird on the racket during the execution of stroke. So, carry, yung shuttlecock po ay pumunta dun sa or nag-stick dun sa sa raketa. So habang nagpe-perform ka or nag-execute ng stroke, then yung shuttlecock accidentally nagpasok dun sa string part or sa string area ng ating raketa, carry yun. Pero yun ay fault po yun. So automatic yan ay score ng kalaban. Clear. A high shot that falls close to the baseline. So, clear shot po, yung shuttlecock, papupuntahin natin dun sa halos pinakadulo ng bahagi ng badminton court. Double hit. Okay, kapag sinabing double hit, dalawang touch ng shuttlecock sa iyong raketa. So, contacting the bird twice in succession on the same stroke. So, fault din ito. So, dapat hindi kayo mag-perform ng double hit po sa badminton kasi automatic score yun ng kalaban ninyo. So, doubles, a game of 4 players, 2 on each team. So, napakasimple din. Drive, a hard stroke that just clears the net on a horizontal plane. So, kapag horizontal baga, para lang siyang parallel. Yung paglipad ng shuttlecock, straight lang. So, maganda siyang shot kasi mahihirapang maiangat nung opponent mo yung shuttlecock or mahihirapan siyang ibalik yung shuttlecock sa iyo. Ayan. Next is we have drop, or a shot made that barely clears the net with a little speed. Okay, so ito namang drop shot, familiar siguro kayo dito. Pagkuha mo ng shuttlecock, ihuhulog mo lang or across the net lang, dun sa short service line. Ayan, dun mo lang ihulog sa part na yon, sa short service line. Drop shot ang tawag po doon. So, mamaya isasend ko naman po sa inyo yung video tutorial ng kinds of shots or strokes. Fault, any violation of the rules. So, fault po ang tawag kapag nag-violate ka dun sa rules ng badminton. Whose penalty is loss of serve or a point. Tulad nung example ko kanina na carry, double hit. Ayan. So, example po yan ng fault na kapag nagawa ninyo yan, automatic score ng kalaban ninyo. Forehand, any stroke made on the racket side of the body. Kung kanina sa backhand po, hindi siya side of the body, pero kabaliktaran siya ng side of the body. Okay? Okay, so next is we have hairpin stroke. A shot made from below or very close to the net with the bird just clearing the net or dropping sharply downward. So, mamaya ipapakita ko siya. Ang hairpin stroke para siyang smash. Ayan, the most powerful shot. Next is home position, the ideal spot for awaiting the opponent's return. So, home position, kayo lang ay nasa may center line para kahit saan pumunta yung shuttlecock, makukuha nyo pa rin yung shuttle. Next, let a play allowed to be replayed. So, ang let naman po nangyayari, for example, ay pag serve niyo dinala ng hangin yung shuttlecock, let pong matatawag yon. It's let also kapag yung linements natin is hindi makapag-decide kung in or outside yung shuttle. Ayan, pwedeng gawing let na lang. Next is we have odd and even court. So, ito very important yung malaman. So, sa badminton, meron tayong tinatawag na odd and even courts. Paano to nangyayari? Ito ay base sa scores po ninyo. So, kapag ang score ninyo ay odd numbers, like 1, 3, etc., basta odd numbers po, kayo ay magsiserve lagi, or ang position ninyo lagi ay sa left service court po, or sa left side ng inyong court. Pero kapag even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, etc., kayo naman lagi ay nasa right. Okay? Pag odd numbers ang score, left. Pero kapag even numbers ang score, right service lang or right side lang lagi ng court ninyo. Okay? So, next is we have rally or exchange of shots while the shuttle is in play. So, kapag nagpapalitan po ng shuttlecock na hindi bumabagsak ang shuttlecock, yan ay rallying tinatawag. So, ready position, an alert body position enabling quick movement in any direction. So, ready position, since meron tayong term na home position, kayo ay nasa center line lang para madali kayo makapag-adjust sa bawat galaw ninyo. Ang ready position is parang sa volleyball lang din, nakabend ang knees. Medyo nakabend lang. Kumbaga parang dapat nakastep yung isang paa ninyo. Para hindi lang kayo naka-standing position kasi. Next, we have receiver, the player to whom the bird is served. Siyempre, yung receiver, siya yung tatanggap nung shuttlecock. Next, server, the player who puts the bird in play. So, kung walang server, hindi din makakapag-start ng laro. Singles, a game involving one player on each end of the court or two individuals pang involved kasi isa sa isang court, then isa pa sa isang court. Okay, next, sling. An untrue hit, usually because of the bird momentarily resting on the racket. So, ang sling po, untrue hit. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo naman talaga na tamaan yung shuttlecock. Next, smash, a powerful overhand stroke that sends the bird downward over the net. So, medyo, pababa talaga, downward ang direction. So, mamaya ipapakita ko po sa inyo. Stroke, the action of striking the bird with the racket. So, meron tayong iba't ibang stroke sa badminton. Toss and spin, the method of deciding which side will serve first at the beginning of the match. Madalas, kapag toss or spin po, madalas ang ginagamit ay yung bird na mismo. Kung saan siya tumapat, sila yung pipili na kung service ang gusto nila or pwedeng magpalit ng court. Ayan. Bago mag-start ang laro, dapat nagtotoss or spin po muna. Next is we have the general rules for badminton. We have here the service. Siyempre, may kailangan nga ng service para maipunta po ang para makapag-start ng laro. So, sa service, we have different steps on how to serve, lalong-lalo na sa singles and double. So, for example, sa service, the server must keep both feet on contact with the floor at the same time of the serve. So, dapat nakalapat yan kasi pag nag-taas kayo ng isang paa, pwedeng itawag yan na lifting and fold po yun. So, score agad yun ang kalaban. So, also, the bird must be contacted below the waist. So, dapat, below the waist. Huwag yung masyadong mataas. Okay? So, next, sa service din po, the racket head must be below the server's wrist pala. Next, the server should not serve until the receiver is ready. The opponent is deemed ready if a return is attempted. So, wag na wag kayo magsiserve ng, alam ninyong nagsisintas pa, for example, yung kalaban ninyo. Kasi yun ay pwede ding maitawag sa inyong fault. Ayan, dapat ready na siya. So, meron baga tayong ready position. So, kapag naman na siya ng ready position, nakabend na yung knees niya, and then nakatutok na yung raketa niya, that's the time, syempre, na alam mong ready na siyang i-receive yung service mo. Partners of the server and receiver may stand anywhere of the court, providing they do not obstruct the opponent's view. So, syempre, sa service, di naman pwede natakpan mo yung receiver kung para hindi niya makita yung kung saan pupunta yung shuttlecock. A bird that touches the net on the serve and goes into the proper service court is legal. So, may mga instances kasi na tumama sa net yung shuttlecock habang nagsiservice ka, pero pumatak naman sa long service court, good yun. Okay? Huwag mo lang papapatakin sa short service kasi fault yun. Score yun ng kalaban. Next is we have a bird that touches the net. If the server misses the bird on the serve attempt, it still counts. In singles and doubles, the serve would go to the opponent. So, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina. Make sure na kapag nag-serve kayo, matamaan ninyo yung shuttlecock gamit yung string part or string area ng iyong raketa. Kasi once na, kumbaga, hindi yung matamaan, score yun ng opponent ninyo. Okay, so dito naman sa service din nagkakaiba yung service ng sa singles and sa doubles. Okay, so at the beginning of the game, ang tawag po dun ay love all. Ayan, ibig sabihin kapag love, 0-0 ang score. Ayan, so tulad ng sabi ko sa service, we have odd and even numbers. Laging tatandaan yon. Okay? So, next is we have scoring. So, sa scoring, the opposing sides shall play the best of 3 games unless otherwise arranged. So, sa scoring, dapat ay best of 3 games. Only the serving side can add a point to its score. In doubles and men's singles, a game is won by the first side to score 15 points except as provided in other rules. So, 15 points lang muna sa first round ng laro po. So, in ladies singles, a game is won by the first side to score 11 points. So, kapag men's singles, 15. Pero kapag ladies singles, 11 points lang. So, in case of ties, kasi nangyayari talaga yan na nagtatay, if the score become 13 all or 14 all, the side which first scored 13 or 14 shall have the choice of setting or not setting the game. So, it's up to you kung paano yung agreement ninyo before the game. 'Di ba? If mag-tie kayo. This choice can only be made when the score is first reached and must be made before the next service is delivered. So, tulad nga na sabi ko kanina, pero madalas talagang pinag-aagrihan na to before the game pa lang. Kasi maraming instances na nangyaring hindi nagkakaintindihan sa pag-tie. Ayan. So, the relevant side is given the opportunity to set all at 14 all. Despite any previous decisions not to set by that side or the opposing side by 13 all. Okay, so if the game has been set, the score is called love all. So, before maglaro nga, sinasabi na love all play. And the side scoring set number of points wins the game. So, example natin ay 13 ang score, 14, ayan. Sa ibang games din, kapag nag-all, nag-a-add po tayo ng another 2 points or tinatawag nating juice. Okay. So, next is we have fault or violations of the rules. So, ilan kanina yung nabanggit ko na during the terminology. So, sobrang dami pa ng mga violation. One is, on the service, any part of the racket head is higher than the service wrist and contact is made above the waist. So, tandaan nyo, yung raketa dapat not higher or higher than the service wrist. Okay? While yung yung pagkapwesto nung raketa natin dapat above the waist. Okay? So, next is the service. Kapag ang ginawa ninyo ay yung racket head ay higher than the server's wrist and contact is made above the waist, yun ay fault. Okay? So, next natin is the service fails to cross the net or go into the proper service court. So, fault din yon. So, dapat talagang kapag nag-service kayo, pumunta sa long service court, wag sa short service court kasi yun ay fault. The feet of the server and receiver are not in the proper courts at the time of service. So, fault din yun, lalong-lalo na sa doubles. Diba minsan nagkakalituan pa kung sino yung dapat nasa right side and nasa left side. So, pag nakita yan ng ating judges, yan ay matatawagan kayo ng fault. Next is the server hesitates or stops the service motion or misses the bird. So, 'di ba sa atin sa badminton kapag nagtira ka tapos hindi mo naman natamaan yung shuttlecock, yun ay fault din. Okay, ibig sabihin nagkaroon ka ng stroke kasi. A bird hit into the net, under the net, against the wall, or ceiling is out of bounds. So, may mga instances na yung bird ay nag-stock up dun sa net. Okay, kung sino yung pinakalas na nag-touch dun sa shuttlecock, sila yung fault or score ng opponent yon. So, another is kapag yung shuttlecock pumasok sa ilalim ng net. Next is we have kapag tumama sa wall ang shuttlecock, fault din po yon. Aside from that, kapag nag-stack up yung shuttlecock sa ceiling, sa kisame. Ayan. So, next is a player hits the bird before it crosses the net. So, tinira na ninyo yung shuttlecock kahit hindi pa naman pumapasok sa court ninyo, fault din po yon. Next, the player touches the net while the bird is in play. So, bawal din yun na wala pa yung shuttlecock sa inyo at na-touch or nakatouch kayo dun sa net, fault din po yun. The bird is hit twice in succession by one or both partners. So, sabi nga, double hit ay fault kapag natamaan ninyong 2 beses yung shuttlecock. The bird is held, caught, or carried on the racket when struck. So, bawal na bawal din kasi magiging fault kapag pumasok yung shuttlecock dun sa string area ng iyong raketa. Carry baga po yun na tinatawag or term natin. A player obstructs an opponent. So, kumbaga, ginulat mo yung opponent mo. Fault din po yun. Minura mo, bawal din yun dahil fault yun. At di yun pwede. Pwede kayong, kumbaga, ma-disqualified sa laro. Another is, ayun, yung mga gulat factor talaga yung nangyayari dyan eh. Fault yun. Tatawagan kayong fault. Let naman po is we have a play allowed to be replayed or pwedeng ulitin. Number 1 dyan, example ko kanina is yung kapag gawa ng hangin. 'Di ba? Nadala ng hangin yung shuttlecock into the opponent. So, the bird becomes caught or in or on the net after passing over the net. So, yung bird po is nag-stack up na siya dun sa net. Pero after that is pumasok pa siya. Let po yon. Okay? So, the bird hits the basketball supports or net. Ayan. So, next is the following situations occur before the next serve and if the offending side wins the rally. So, meron tayo ditong situations na number 1, the correct server serves from the wrong court. So, kasi dapat, di ba kapag nagsiservice ka sa left side, dapat papunta din sa left side. Pero kapag nag-serve ka naman sa right side, dapat papunta din sa right side. So, bawal yung mamali kasi wrong court. Pero pwede ding ma-replay kasi kung minsan, di ba, mali to. The wrong server serves from either the correct or incorrect service court. Pwedeng maulit yon. The correct receiver receives the wrong court. Pwede ding ma-replay yon. Okay? So, next is the fundamental skills and drills. Number 1 natin is yung grip or yung tamang paghawak sa handle po ng raketa. Badminton is very important sport that is quite different from other racket games like tennis or table tennis. A wrist snap is very important for proper play. So the grip must be held in such a way that the greatest amount of wrist action is possible. Next, ayan, we have the different kinds of grips in badminton or yung tamang paghawak. So, number 1 is forehand. So, kita nyo naman dyan sa picture po, sa forehand, this is popularly called the handshake grip, for it means the palm to be parallel to the face of the racket. So, para lang kayong nakikipagkamay, 'di ba? Pero dito sa forehand grip, nakikipagkamay kayo dun sa raketa. So, magpo-form kayo dapat ng letter V dyan. So, kita nyo naman sa picture, sa iba't ibang angle, 'di ba? So, dapat pag grasp nyo pa lang nung handle, while the racket is at the right angle to the ground, wrap the thumb around the inside of the hands. So, make a letter V with thumb and forefinger exactly on the top of the handle. So, importante lang dito talaga sa forehand, nakikipag-shake hands ka and magpo-form ka ng letter V. Okay? So, next natin is backhand. Opposite lang ng forehand. So, dito, this is slightly modified version of the forehand grip. It can be vary depending on the type of shot being hit. Okay, so depende sa'yo. Kasi dito sa backhand grip naman po, ito-turn nyo lang yung daliri ninyo. Kung kanina may letter V, tapos i-turn nyo lang, ang makikita ay yung 4 na daliri ninyo na nakaikot. Ayan, 'di ba? Sa angle 1, kita nyo yung angle 1. Ayan, so ganyan po ang backhand. Next, basic shots and drill. So knowing the basic strokes and techniques in badminton are the very first things that a player should learn in order for him to become skilled in this field. Once he mastered these skills, he can move to the next level or learning and developing new techniques to improve his skills and may become a professional player in the future. So for you to be able to be a good badminton player, dapat daw ma-master mo or alam mo yung basic strokes in badminton. Ayan. So, dito meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost 6 din. Kasi may dalawang klase ng clear shot. So, unahin natin yung drop shot. So, kanina, nabanggit ko na yung drop shot kung paano siya ginagawa. So, kita nyo naman ang drop shot po ay number 5. So, ayan yung direction kung saan papupuntahin ninyo yung shuttlecock. Nasa short service court lang po. But, take note, kapag gagawa kayo ng drop shot, make sure na yan ay rally. Kasi kapag service pa lang at naggawa kayo ng drop shot, pumatak dyan yung service niyo sa short service, yan ay fault, 'di ba? So, next is we have drive shot. Ayan. So, ang drive shot po ay number 3. So, dapat sa drive shot, 'di ba, horizontal. Horizontal or parallel ang lipad ng yung direction ng shuttlecock. So, ayan, number 3. Tapos, ang punta niya ay sa backcourt or baseline. Ayan. So, next is we have the smash. Ayan. So, smash is the most powerful shot in badminton. Downward ang kanyang posisyon. Ang smash po ay number 4. Ayan, diba? Kita niyo naman yung direction, talagang babang-baba siya. Mahihirapan talagang opponent din yung kunin yung shuttlecock at ibalik sa inyo. Ayan, next is we have clear shot. Meron tayong dalawang klase ng clear shot. Yan ay defensive and attacking. So, yung defensive, number 1 na nakikita ninyo, talagang pabulusok or pataas talaga yung gawa niya. Next is attacking, medyo lower lang. Siguro mga 1 meter yung agwat nila. Attacking. Okay? Pero yung trajectory, tingnan ninyo, nasa backcourt lang din. Or baseline ng badminton court. Ayan. So, next dito, dagdag natin yung net drop. Ayan, ang net drop ay number 6. Sobrang as in lapit dun sa net natin. Kumbaga, patatawidin lang natin ng tigka kaunti yung shuttlecock over the net. Ayan. Next is the footwork. So, sabi nga dun sa advantages in playing badminton, dapat alam mo yung pinakang footwork na ginagawa sa badminton. So, ayan. Ayan, magsisend po ako ng video tutorial with this footwork. Ayan. So, we have forehand sideline, backhand, forecourt, backhand forecourt corner, deep forehand corner, deep backhand corner, and so on. So, sa singles play is a competition that pits the endurance, skill, fitness, competitiveness, and deceptiveness of one player against the same qualities of another. It is a game of deep clears, close drop shots, subtle net play, and when possible, point-winning smashes. So, kapag singles event kasi ang mo sa badminton, ang event mo, sobrang kailangan or nagre-require talaga ng different kinds of skills, lalong-lalo na ang bilis, pagiging endurance, pagiging competitive mo kasi you are on your own. Ikaw lang yan solo ka lang. 'Di ba? So, next is, sabi dyan, a tip kapag singles ang pinili mong event sa badminton, a player keep in mind several fundamental principles while playing singles. Try to maintain the center of the court position. Since solo ka lang, dapat lagi ka talaga nasa center position. 'Di ba? Kasi kahit saan pumunta yung shuttlecock, makukuha mo yan basta nandun ka sa center. Makakapag-adjust ka kasi agad Move the shuttle as quickly as possible from the center of the court position. So, mas maganda na maibalik mo agad yung shuttlecock dun sa opponent mo para kumbaga, hindi pa siya nakakaisip ng kung paano or shot ang gagawin niya, pabalik na sa kanya yung shuttlecock. Try to look at the shuttle and strike in the middle of the racket at the highest point possible. So, pwede ka ditong, sabi nga, puno yan ng drop shot, ng net drop, smash. Ayan. Strike the shuttle as soon as possible. So, dapat maibalik mo kasi kaagad talaga yung shuttlecock dun sa opponent mo. Try to return to the center of the court position before the opponent play the return shot. So, yung return shot kasi, ganun din ang ibabalik sa'yo ng opponent mo. So, mabilis ang pagbalik sa'yo nung shuttlecock. Kaya dapat mabilis ka rin nakakabalik dun sa tamang posisyon. Ang tamang posisyon lagi ay sa center court. Diba? If getting to the center of the court position is not possible, stop while an opponent plays the shot so that the opponent cannot take advantage of one's movement. So, kung hindi ka kaagad makabalik sa center position, dun ka lang, mag-stop ka sa position mo para kumbaga, alam mo kung ano yung i-move mo pa rin. And hindi makapag-isip ng magiging advantage ng opponent po. Ay, ihulog ko to sa drop shot kasi nandun siya sa backline. No. Kaya mo pa rin niyang habulin. Kasi alam mo na ihulog niya sa drop shot kasi malayo ka doon. Diba? Next, play the correct stroke. To do that, a player must have command of all the strokes. This is accomplished by setting goals for each practice period. So, lahat ng stroke na sinabi ko kanina, hindi naman ninyo yun makukuha or magagawa ng isang araw lang. It takes practice. So, para ma-master nyo yun, bawat shot na yon or strokes, dapat every training period may goal kayo na ma-achieve ninyo yung gantong shot like drop shot, smash, clear shot, 'di ba? So that ends our discussion for today. I hope naging clear naman ang discussion ni Ma'am, and if you have queries or questions about our discussion, you can ask me. Okay? So, thank you everyone for listening and thank you for watching.